Action.
Hi, I'm Paul Coleman. I'm trying out for your movie Worth Your Thoughts. Oh, well, about myself? Okay. Let's see. I graduated from ENMU University. I was part of the theater and film program while I was there. I went to the school from the age of 19 to the age of 25. I love my program. I love my craft. I got into acting kind of by accident. Got bored being a movie one day. Got very well to the film program there. Loved it. I really started enjoying acting particularly. I was going for the part of Morrow because I've checked out all the other characters that you had in the script, but I liked Morrow because he has the most range as a character. You know, I was a bit of a class clown growing up, and a lot of people don't expect me to be able to do anything besides comedy. And I really like the shock value. So, I read on your flyer that you're looking for a whole range of emotions that we can act out. Well, let me tell you about my acting method. I believe that there are many great writers out there who have written better lines than what I could come up with on my own. Not to say that I can't improv. But just to kind of give you an example of what I've dabbled into, I'm going to act out some scenes for you from movies that I've watched and plays that I've seen. And I hope that you'll really like me and consider me for your movie. See, when I get into acting, I really like to get myself in a place where I get all my emotions together and it gives me free rein to do whatever it is I'm trying to do. For instance, if I want to think of happiness, I got to get myself in a place. I think of a line, I get the emotion in. Let's see, what is that line? I know a bank where the wild vine blows, where oxlips and nodding violets grow. And I take that emotion and I channel it within me a little bit. Then I pull out a line from a movie. But I pretend that it's me in the movie. I don't pretend I'm not regurgitating. I am. You see, Vincent, you're the missing part of my life. And I'm the missing part of your life. And when we find Mama, we can feel the missing part of hers. And don't forget, I was taken to a beautiful island. I was loved. I was protected, educated. You had nobody, Vincent. You had nobody to love you, to encourage you, to trust you. I mean, all that life taught you was that the only person you could trust was yourself. We don't have to be alone anymore. We can be a family. Family? Yes. I mean, it was like a Christmas tree and a Thanksgiving dinner and a real home where you will always be welcome. Always. Even when you've been bad. And then I'll take that same happiness and I'll go right into a bunch of lines at a barbershop. You must be out of your hot damn mind. Joe Louis was the best motherfucking boxer ever, all right? He was better than, what was that new boy's name? Mike Tyson? He beat the hell out of him too. What about Rocky Marciano? Oh, there they go. There they go. Every time I start talking about Joe Louis, a white man got to pull up Marky Marciano's ass. Now let me get this out once and for all. Marky Marciano was good, but compared to Joe Louis, he wasn't shit. He beat Joe Louis's ass. That's right, he did beat his ass. They pulled him out of retirement whenever they fought, all right? Look, let me get this out once and for all right? He was an old man whenever they pulled him out of retirement to fight Rocky Marciano, all right? One time, Frank Sinatra came in here and I asked, hey Frank, you're friends with Joe Louis. Why don't you tell me how, just between you and me, how was the motherfucker? 176 years old, he said. 176 years old. Aw, man, you ain't ain't meant no Frank Sinatra. Fuck you, and fuck you. Who's next? And one of my favorite lines from Shakespeare. I really like Hamlet. Hamlet had an issue. He had to deal with anger. You know, the same kind of anger you feel when people tell you, you're no damn good. You'll never amount to anything. You'll never be anybody. You're just like the rest of us. You're mediocre. You're nothing. You're just shit. Your life's gonna fade away and nobody's gonna know. When I think of words like that, those hurtful words, I remember that line from Ghost, which explains acting ability quite a bit. You've got to take all your emotion, all your anger, all your love, all your hate, and you got to push it way down to the pit of your stomach, and you got to let it explode like a reactor. Ha! When I get to that point, that's when I go into my character. And trip him, that his heels may kick to heaven, that his soul be damned and black as hell, whereto it goes. Then I take that same anger I feel looking at the man who killed Hamlet's father, and I take that same anger when I realize that I'm Michael Corleone. Somebody just shot my house. You hear what happened in my home? In my home! Where my wife sleeps! Where my children come and play with their toys. In my home. And then the feeling he gets when he finds out later in the movie that it was actually his brother that had the hit put on him. His own flesh and blood. The man who should have loved him most. But he had to contain his anger because he was in a crowded room in a Havanan bar, celebrating the new year. There's a plane coming out from Miami. Try not to make a big thing out of it. I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart. That's anger. Frustration. Ah, bloody hell! What is going on here? Nothing is going like it's planned. What the hell? What is your problem, people? That's improv. But I think the emotion that gets me one of the most times is embarrassment. I mean, look, I'm not a small guy. I'm not skinny. I'm not what you would call a pretty boy. I'm one of those people that I have to be careful of everything that I do. Because one slip up, and all of a sudden I'm not just a regular college kid. I mean, the people around me know that. I know that. People outside don't know that. People don't look at me and see another human being. People look at me and they see a criminal. Embarrassment. That same feeling you get when you mess up and all you want to do is be out of the spotlight. All you want to do is not be noticed. All you want to do is just blend into the crowd. But when you look like me, you can't. Embarrassment. Scary thought, isn't it? I think the line that best fits this situation is from I Am Sam. And you don't know what it's like. Because when you try and you try and you try, you never get there. Because you're born perfect. And I was born like this, and you're born perfect. People like you don't know what it's like to be hurted because people like you can't feel anything. People like you can't feel. You don't feel anything at all. You think you got the market cornered on human suffering? Let me tell you what people like me feel like. People like me feel little and lost and ugly, indispensable. People like me have husbands screwing women far more perfect than me. I can also do the feeling of the pride that a father feels for his son. You know, kind of like whenever I was talking to my dad on the phone the other night, he was telling me, you know, I kind of fucked up my life. I'm in my late 50s and I'm still trying to get it right. But I think the one thing I did right was raising some wonderful kids. I think the most interesting dynamic me might have is kind of like from The Lion King. Because whenever I feel down and out, when I feel lost, when I feel like there's nowhere left to go, that's when I think of my dad coming out of the woodworks and telling me I'm wrong, that I am somebody. Simba. Simba, you have forgotten me. No, how could I? You have forgotten who you are, and so have forgotten me. Look inside yourself, Simba. You are more than what you have become. You must take your place in the circle of life. How can I go back? I'm not the same person I used to be. Remember who you are. You are my son and the one true king. Remember who you are. Father, don't leave me. Remember, remember, remember. It's when I think of things like this, I really think I come out. I really think that's when my emotions show themselves. They reveal themselves in each and every character I play. Doesn't matter if it's been completely improv, doesn't matter if it's a line from a movie. I become the character. I am a method actor. When you take a vested interest in the part that you're playing, it's that much better because it's you. People see you. They get to see parts of you that they have never, ever seen before. They get to sense that familiarity in you. And that's why I want the part of Morrow. I want people to know I am just like you. But at the same time, I'm more than that. And so are you. You're more than you thought you could be. Human beings are an amazing race. We were made with the greatest thing that exists. We are made in the image of God. And if nothing is impossible for him, damn it, nothing's impossible for us if we try. I really hope you consider my part. I thank you all for having me. I thank you for watching me. Sorry I couldn't send in my demo tape. The damn male people aren't very good where I live. But I want to thank you all, and I wish you all the best. Have a great day. See.